It seems like the PS6 is gonna follow the same route as the PS5. Check it out. That's right, man. Just like the PS5, the PS6 will be having a disc drive sold separately. You feel me? So I'm pretty sure they're gonna give us some BS on why they're selling the disc drive separately, just like Apple, you know what I'm saying? And like it's saying right here in the second paragraph. First introduced mid-generation for the PS5, the detachable disc drive was a means for the PlayStation to reduce its production, shipping, and costs. For the next generation of the PlayStation, several sources who wish to remain anonymous because they were not authorized to talk about company plans have said that the detachable disc drive is here to stay for the next generation. How do y'all feel about that shit, man? A detachable disc drive once again for the next generation of the console. I mean, do y'all care? I think this is them just trying to continue to push the everything going digital. You will own nothing to be happy type of narrative. Because really though, how much is it really lowering the shipping costs for the PS6? You understand what I'm saying? Like, what is the price behind this shit, man? I think they just trying to deter you from buying a disc drive so that we can buy less discs, so that way they can show the numbers like, hey, they're not buying disc anyway. So the next iteration for the PS6 is gonna be disc-less. You feel me? So yeah, man, I don't really know how I feel about this. I already know where the world is going, but what do you think? So let's continue. According to one source, unless things are changed at the last minute, PlayStation is firm on the decision because the disc drive for the PlayStation 5 hit all the company's internal targets. Again, it was reiterated by the source that the decision was made to reduce manufacturing and shipping costs during uncertain times, likely referring to the tariff trade war, which, let's be honest, they already had this decision in the making before the tariffs and trade wars, because let's remember, man, the PS5 came out in 2020. So let's continue. Let's read the rest of the article while we at it. Even as late as this month, we can expect PlayStation to introduce new PlayStation 5 Slim revision to the market, which will launch with an 825GB hard drive instead of the standard 1TB. It's also believed that, like with all PlayStation 5 revisions, the new revision will reduce the console's weight, indicating that PlayStation is trying to save pennies where and when necessary. While the news of the detachable disc drive may not be shocking to some, it's the best of both worlds, as it allows PlayStation to cater to both physical and digital markets while reducing costs. Again, I really do think this is reducing costs ultimately for them, because I think it's going to get to the point where they're not going to have a disc drive at all, because you don't really own your games anyway. You can buy the disc, but the disc is basically a licensing key, so that way you can go ahead and download the game anyway. You don't really own your games to begin with. So I think they're going to find more people, especially depending on how much the cost of the disc drive is going to be. They're going to see people not really buying a disc drive like that, and they're going to release the next revision of their PlayStations with no disc drive at all. And that's going to give them an excuse to go discless. You will own nothing and be happy. So yeah, man, the PS6 will have a detachable disc drive. I don't really give a fuck about this shit for real, because most of the games that I buy anyway is digital, just for the simple fact, if you do buy the disc, you don't even own it anyway. But you let me know in the comments, how do you feel that the PlayStation 6 is also going to have a detachable disc drive?